Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and boy oh boy do we got something interesting to talk about in this video. Cities Skylines 2 is out later this week, and an interesting twist here. You know, the bad PC versions and the bad PC performance, generally speaking, it kinda usually blindsides you a little bit. Like, sometimes we don't expect it. I didn't really expect Star Wars Jedi Survivor to be an abomination. I didn't expect Last of Us Part 1 to be as bad as it was. However, in the case of Cities Skylines 2, I guess credit to the devs and Paradox in the sense that they came out and made a statement about the bad PC performance. But man, now that we're starting to see videos of this game, the PC performance is really bad, and I want to point towards PCGH. They've got a nice video showcasing the game's performance on a high-end PC. I'll leave a link to their video in the description box below, because it's wild. So, as I mentioned at the top, generally speaking, when it comes to bad PC versions, it blindsides you a little bit. You know, at this point, as some of us have smartened up, and you just expect the worst, and you're pleasantly surprised when things turn out good, because we've gotten enough Forspokens, we've gotten enough Hogwarts Legacies, we've gotten enough Last of Us's, we've gotten enough Star Wars Jedi Survivors at this point that, like, and Lords of the Fallen, that just came out, and that was a train wreck as well. You know, I can go on and on. That, more often than not, these PC versions, let's be real here, they don't turn out so well these days. Sometimes the console counterparts don't turn out well either, but on PC, it seems like a lot of games these days turn out pretty poorly. In the case of Cities Skylines 2, actually, the PS5 and Xbox Series versions were delayed because of the performance, and it looks like the PC versions got some performance issues as well. So, if you guys don't know, a week before the release of Cities Skylines 2, as noted on PC Gamer, Colossal Order and publisher Paradox Interactive issued a statement warning fans about the game's performance. The statement was posted on Paradox Interactive's forums, and it notes this: Cities Skylines 2 is a next-gen title, and naturally, it demands certain hardware requirements, the statement reads. With that said, while our team has worked tirelessly to deliver the best experience possible, we have not achieved the benchmark we had targeted. Despite this, the game was not delayed on PC as it was delayed on console. We've taken the long-term vision of the project into account and feel that the release now is the right step, the FAQ says. We will continually improve the game over the coming months, but we also want to manage expectations on performance for the coming release. Our ambition is for Cities Skylines 2 to be enjoyed by as many players as possible, and we're committed to ensuring it reaches its full potential. We have determined a few graphic settings that have minimal impact on the player experience but increase performance significantly. We will provide more details shortly. So again, this is very, very rare. What do we see often when we get a bad PC version? It's the day of release. It's the day after release. You can go down the gamut of bad PC ports. Lords of the Fallen, statement after release. What's it called? Star Wars Jedi Survivor, statement after release. Last of Us Part 1, statement after release. I believe Forspoken, statement after release. All these games always drop the statement after release. So, I guess I'll give them some sort of credit for being like, hey, our game's got some problems right when it comes out. It is on Xbox Game Pass. I imagine a lot of people are going to play it that way. And while I did see this statement, I quite didn't wrap my head around how bad the PC performance was going to be. So again, PCGH had a benchmark test of a review code with a Core i 13900KS overclocked and a Radeon RX 7900 XTX OC, so a fairly high-end build. A Core i9 with overclocked cores, hand-tuned DDR5 7632, and an AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX OC with graphics preset set to high, Ultra HD 4K. Cities Skylines 2 put the system on its knees without upsampling. 10 to 15 frames per second are normal, and while FSR 1.0 can boost performance by 2x, it does not help against the heavy stuttering that occurs occasionally. My oh my, what kind of performance are we getting ourselves into? Now, again, credit to Paradox for actually making a statement prior to the release of the game, and maybe I shouldn't even give them credit. Like, is it that our expectations on these games have fallen so hard that, like, the little bit of credit that I'm giving them is the fact that they're coming out before the release of the game and saying, like, there's performance issues? Like, if performance issues were not a regular thing on PC, and if they weren't so abundant, you know, them coming out and saying that there were performance issues wouldn't mean a thing. I'm just comparing it to what we've been experiencing the entirety of the year, and that is full well, when you're talking about as atrocious PC versions as a Star Wars, as a Last of Us, the developers, everybody full well knew how the game was performing leading into the release of the game. They're not dumb. Like, they knew when it's that bad, and I get it that there's that element of, okay, we need to release our game to the wild so millions and millions of people can play the game, essentially do a form of beta testing for the game, and then ultimately we'll make our fixes and adjustments after that. You actually look at Last of Us Part 1, pretty good now. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I don't want to say pretty good, but it's serviceable. Maybe serviceable is a little bit of a stretch, but it's at least serviceable. You know, maybe that is a little bit of the mindset, and if that is the case, I guess that's the best way to do it, but I would offer, why not just get a dedicated team of people? And I get it, you cannot replicate every single configuration under the sun. That is impossible, and I get it, there's variables that every PC is going to have, and it's hard to fine-tune for every PC under the sun. I get that, but I feel like a core team needs to be established that is doing these rigorous testing and getting the game optimized as much as possible. And if other PC games can do it, like a Nixus Software is doing a great job with a lot of these PlayStation titles on PC, why can't a lot of these other developers go? Again, a lot of this is above my pay grade. I am not a game developer. I don't know the ins and outs of everything it takes to build a game like this. I'm sure City Skylines 2 is an intensive experience, hence why the PS5 and Xbox Series versions got delayed, but man, it's just like game after game these days turn out to be pretty mediocre as far as PC performance goes. Like 2023 has been an exceptional year as far as game quality goes. Like again, Jedi Survivor, Last of Us Part 1, while the PC versions were an abomination at launch, both those games, now having those on PC, fantastic. City Skylines 2, while the reception has been relatively mixed at this point, a lot of it citing the performance issues, you know, that game is by Paradox. Paradox games in general just get a lot better over release, and after release, I should say, and while, you know, at launch it's going to be mediocre, a year from now, 2 years from now, it's probably going to be really good. Like, I don't have a lot of hesitancy in saying that. I'm fairly confident in saying that City Skylines 2 is going to end up being a really good game, but it's just a little worrying that this has become the standard on PC, where you could say you're getting so many lukewarm to bad PC versions, and you know, it's just a bummer all around, and I'm really, really curious on how Alan Wake 2 is going to turn out, given those system requirements. And I get it, with Alan Wake 2, that's a super intensive game, and people were bringing up Control on low looks really good, so Alan Wake 2 on low is going to look really good as well, but those system requirements are a little wild, and you know, I'm just curious to see how it's going to turn out. And also, with Alan Wake 2, I'll bring this fact up over and over again, it might turn out to be a really solid PC version. Control was really good, Alan Wake 1 was pretty good, Quantum Break was trash. Like, for everybody that's bringing up Remedy always does a good job, go, like, Quantum Break, you could look up the history of that game. I get it, it was a Windows Store only title, and maybe some of that had an issue in part, but Quantum Break was not good on PC at launch. I don't know if it's a lot better now, but at launch, that game was not good at all. So that's something to consider as well. And with Alan Wake 2, again, I offer you guys the fact that the PC system requirements were offered such late in the game. That's always a red flag to me, and that's a little bit of a sign, because there's developers putting out system requirements months in advance for their titles. Why did we get a big game like Alan Wake 2? Why are we getting system requirements for that a week before release? That is the big part to me, but who knows? Maybe I'm making much ado about nothing with that one. It's going to turn out to be a great PC version. Fingers crossed on that. And a lot of you guys are like, we're going to let the Epic Games Store guys beta test it for us. Yeah, I understand that as well. But that's going to do it for me. Again, City Skylines 2 looks to be the latest in a line of a lot of bad PC versions. But, you know, these things happen these days, ladies and gentlemen. 2023 be wildin' as far as the bad PC versions go. And in this case, the console versions are just delayed, so I guess the PC version is the best version. And by the time the console version comes out, the PC version is probably going to be fixed up a lot. And a game like City Skylines 2, PC is going to be the ideal place to play it anyway. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.